So here we're going to be solving multi-step equations, and I think at the end of this note video you're going to hate me just a little bit. You need your calculator. Whoa! You need your calculator. Make sure you got it. Solving multi-step equations. Okay, so steps. This is stuff we've done before, just not all together. So let's go ahead and do it together. The first thing you're going to always do, if possible, is distribute. That's the first thing you always are going to do, distribute. And you know how to do that. You've been doing it for a while. The second thing you're going to do, which you've done but not necessarily with solving, is you're going to combine on each side. Combine on each side, which makes no sense right now, but it will in a little bit. Remember, combine like terms? That's basically what you're going to do. Distribute, combine like terms. Third thing is you're going to put your letters on one side. Meaning if you have, remember when we did solving with variables on both sides? If you have letters on, we want to get letters on one side. And then the fourth thing we do is we get our numbers on the other. Okay? Let me just tell you right now, you have done number 1, 3, and 4 for 2 weeks. Number 2 is the one that we're going to kind of work on a little bit today as well. Okay? Keep this handy because we're going to be referring back to these steps. I'm even going to put it over here to just up here so when I refer to it. Yes, I'm filming on my bed. Do not judge me. Alright, here. Okay? So, pause and write this down real quick. Okay? When you're done, we're going to go ahead and draw our line. That never changes. We always draw our line. That's the first thing we always do. What I want you to consistently look at are the steps. So the first step is distribute. I don't have any distribution. There are no parentheses in here. So I'm not going to distribute. The second thing, combine on each side. Here's what I mean. So look, put my Sharpie down. On this side, on the left side of the line, there's only one thing. I can't combine anything, right? On the right side of the line, however, I have 2 sets of K's. And remember, if they're alike, I can combine them. So I'm going to go ahead and combine these right now. So I'm just going to bring down my 66. And I'm going to combine them. What is 12 minus 6? And in your calculator or in your head, you should know 12 minus 6 is just 6. So I'm going to put 6. Okay. All I did was combine these. So you've done that before just without solving. Like if I gave you that, you've done that and put it here. Okay? It's the same thing. We just apply solving to it. Okay? The next thing is letters on one side. Well, I have a K here. Is there a K over here? And you're going to say no. Well, then I only have one letter, so I'm good. And the next thing is numbers on the other, which just means what you've been doing. Your K, I have my best friend here. I need to kick him out. Side by side means multiplied. So the opposite of multiplying by 6 is dividing. This should look familiar. Okay? So from here, everything's the same. This goes away. K comes down. 66 divided by 6. If you know, awesome. If you don't, fine. Is 11. I know I have a glare from my bedroom light. There you go. 11. Okay? So we're good here. The only new step is combining. Okay? Please do not only watch 1 or 2 examples. You have got to watch all of these because it's going to get kind of crazy here in a little bit and I need you to see it. Alright. Pause and write it down. If not, let's go ahead and draw our line. As we always do. So, my first step is distribute. Is there any distribution here? No. I'm not going to do that. Combine on each side. So let's look on the left side. Is there anything over here that I can combine? And you should say, yeah. There's a K here. There's no other K's. But there is a 15 and there is a 6. Okay? One question a lot of people ask me is like, why am I not doing the opposite when I combine them? And here's why. These are on the same side, so you just do the same thing. If they were on opposite sides, so just think, opposite is for opposite sides. Same is for same sides. So let's combine this. Positive 15 plus 6, in your head or in the calculator. Can't really see on my calculator. 15 plus 6, if you can see it, if I hit enter, is 21. So I'm going to put 21. You could write the 3K first, or you could write the 21. It does not matter. Plus 3K equals 53. So yet again, all I did was combine, and then from here, it's what you're used to. Letters on one side, well, there's only one letter, so I'm good. And then we solve. So I'm K, 3 is my best friend. I'm getting rid of 21. The opposite of positive 21 is negative 21. Okay, that goes away. We have 3k here equals 53 minus 21, which is 32. And by the way, on this note video, you're going to see a lot of fractions. Just get used to it. Then we divide by 3. K equals 32 divided by 3. So on here, 32 divided by 3 is 10.66666 repeating. So math, enter, enter. And the answer is just, it's hard to read, but your calculator should be able to say it easier. You can't see that, I know. 32 over 3. So do it on your own calculator, but the answer is just 32 over 3. A lot of fractions today, that's okay. You're going to see them in algebra too. Alright, so only thing new here is we combine those on the same side, and then we solve just like we normally do. Alright, let's get a little crazier. This one has a lot more going on. Pause and write it down. Okay, so we draw our line. Long line. So my first step is distribute. Can I distribute here? And you should say, yeah, I can distribute right here. Right? There is no number here, so the number is 1. So 4 times 1 is 4. So 4W. And 4 times a positive 9, if you didn't know, is a positive 36. Okay, so I distributed, and then I'm going to rewrite everything else. So I'm going to put plus 1 here, bring down my equals, and then rewrite all this stuff. So all I've done from the brown line to the black line is distribute that first part, which you know how to do. Okay? My second step is combine on each side. So let's look on the left side. Is there anything over here that I can combine? And you should say yes, because I have these two guys that are just constants, numbers without letters. Okay? So I'm going to rewrite my 4W. And 36 plus 1, positive 36 plus 1 is just a positive 37. Okay? Then look over here. Is there anything I can combine? And no, that's a W, that's not a W. I can't combine anything, so I just rewrite it. I know we're getting to a lot of steps here. Now this is familiar. This is solving that you've been doing last week. Okay? That's what says letters on one side. So you could either bring the 6 over here, or you could bring the 4 over here. It does not matter. I'm going to go ahead and bring the 6 over here. So the opposite of a positive 6W is negative 6W. Okay? 4 minus 6, I'm going to go to my calculator. 4 minus 6 is a negative 2. So I'm going to put negative 2W and then rewrite plus 37 equals, those cross off, 4. So from here, so hang on, let's back up. So I distributed, I combined what looked alike, I got my letters to one side, and now this is just like normal. I'm W, negative 2 is my best friend. I'm going to get rid of negative 30, or plus 37. The opposite of adding 37 is subtracting 37. Right? Those go away. I'm at negative 2W. 4 minus 37. 4, I can't see my calculator. 4 minus 37 is negative 33. Good. And then we divide by negative 2. So we just did a whole bunch of work, I know. Negative 33 divided by negative 2 is 16.5. You could make this a fraction form if you wanted to, but since it's a perfect decimal, it doesn't repeat, I'm going to go ahead and just write it. So 16.5. But if it was like 16.2379 blah blah blah, then I'd make it a fraction. Okay? Now, I know that is a lot of stuff going on, and it's a lot of opportunities to make mistakes. We're only going to really do this for today, but I need you to see how it's done so when you get to algebra, you're not just blindsided. Okay? Alright. Pause, write it down. If you're ready to go, let's go ahead and draw our line. So the first thing we do is distribute. That's my phone, ignore it. So I have two sets of distribution. So I'm going to go ahead and distribute. I'm going to draw them on both sides, because I have my parentheses on both sides. Okay. 3 times 2 is a positive 6, and the x comes down. 3 times a positive 1 is just positive 3. The equal sign comes down. There's no number here, so we put a 1. 6 times a positive 1 is 6, and the x comes down. And 6 times negative 4, so 6 times negative 4 is negative 24. Just like that, right? So I distributed, combine on each side. Is there anything on here I can combine? And nope, because that's an x and that's not. Anything over there I can combine? Nope, because that's an x and that's not. So I'm going to get my x's together. You can move 6 over there or 6 over there, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and move this over. The opposite of a positive 6x is negative 6x. Okay, and those go away. And you'll remember that we looked at this last week. 6 minus 6 is just 0. So these also go away, right? And then I have a positive 3 here and a negative 24 down here. Does 3 equal negative 24? And you should say, no, it doesn't at all. So if you remember, the correct answer to this problem is no solution. Okay? So that still applies, and you're going to see it in algebra. If it doesn't work out and it doesn't equal, then it's no solution. Remember, if it said 3 equals 3, then it would be all real numbers. Alright, we have one more, and it's a big one. Now, you are not going to see something like this in algebra. But I'm going to show you in here just so you can see it. And you got some extra credit today if you want to try. That's my phone again. So popular. Alright. Pause, write it down, and draw your line. Okay. First thing to do is distribute. So, go ahead and distribute. Draw your lines. Make sure when you distribute this, that is a negative 3. Very important. Okay? So, if there is no number here, I draw 1. 7 times 1 is a positive 7, and the k comes down. And I'm just going to tell you without the calculator, 7 times negative 2 is negative 14. Okay? There's no number here, so I write a 1. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3, just telling you. And negative 3 times a positive 7, yet again, just telling you because time, I'm sure you're done with this, is negative 21. Okay? And all that equals 32. Alright? So we distributed. Second, combine on each side. There's a lot of stuff we can combine on this side, right? I have my k's. Make sure you underline the minus in front of it. 7 minus 3 is 4k. Alright? And then I can combine these guys. Negative 14 minus 21. So calculator, negative 14 minus 21. I know it's hard to see with the glare. Is negative 35. So minus 35 equals 32. Okay? Your k, 4 is your best friend. I'm going to add 35 on both sides. This is where we're comfortable, I know. 32 plus 35 is 67. And then we divide by 4. Yet again, you are not going to see this a lot in algebra. It's not like normal, like you'll see a couple, but it's not normally this hard. It's more the easier ones that you know how to do. 67 divided by 4 is 16.75. So you could give me that, or you could math enter, and give me that fraction, which is 67 over 4. Either one, I'll go ahead and do 16.75, but you can give me either one. They are both correct. It does not matter. That's a 5, not an S. I don't know what's going on there. Okay? Yet again, you're mainly, like, this is super hard. I'm not going with that. Most of the stuff you're going to be looking at is going to be stuff like this in the beginning, or even a little bit of this guy. Hang on. No, that's not the right one. Whatever. I'll find it. Aha! This guy. You'll see a little bit of this as well. But not much. Most of it's going to be the stuff we were doing last week. But I just wanted you to see it here. If you have questions, let me know.